The warrior spirit, strength made perfect in weakness. The warrior spirit is not defined by physical dominance or hardened demeanor. Rather, it emerges most clearly in moments of human limitation. When one reaches the end of their own strength and finds that there is something greater that begins to move through them. It is the internal orientation that acknowledges human frailty while permitting divine power to take precedence. This spirit becomes most visible when weakness forces us to yield, not in defeat, but in trust. In many spiritual traditions, especially within the Christian worldwide, there is a fundamental belief that God's strength is made perfect in human weakness. This does not mean glorifying suffering for its own sake, but understanding that dependence on the divine is not a failure, it is an alignment. The warrior spirit then is not about resisting vulnerability, but being willing to be vulnerable in the right direction towards God. When a person is operating in the warrior spirit, they are no longer fighting for control. They are no longer relying solely on intellect, force, or pride. Instead, they are allowing the battle to be fought through them with wisdom that comes from surrender. This surrender is not passive. It is a conscious decision to relinquish self-reliance in favor for a higher source of guidance, protection, and power. What makes the warrior spirit distinct is that it is not situational. It does not require external conflict to be active. It is present in everyday decisions, in moments of restraint, in silent endurance, in showing mercy, and in choosing truth when deceit would be more convenient. It is the strength that is deeply rooted in the character rather than the outcome. In this sense, the warrior spirit is not something one puts on. It is what remains when everything else, fear, ego, and tiredness, has been stripped away. What is left is the quiet strength of someone who knows that they are not alone and who understands that even their weakness is a place God can inhabit and move through. To obtain the warrior spirit is not to conquer others. It is to be conquered by the truth that we are not our own source of power. It is to live in such a way that divine strength has room to manifest, not just in extraordinary situations, but in the ordinary trials of life. This is what it means to be made strong through weakness. It is not contradiction. It is the spiritual logic of the warrior spirit. Be blessed beyond measure and have a great day.